one of the more surprising, underperforming movies of the year, maybe of the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years, is, of course, Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam, a movie that I personally like and I had fun with. It wasn't as good as I was hoping, but I enjoyed it. I had fun. I watched it a couple of times. I had a good time with it. There are certainly some things in it that were really stupid. And certainly some things in it that I thought, you spent 15 years putting this together? But it was what it was. But whether you loved the film or hated the film, it is universally acknowledged that the film drastically underperformed. I mean, when they first started talking that Dwayne Johnson is going to be Black Adam, I mean, come on, let's admit, everybody was thinking, well, that's an automatic $1 billion film. That's a $1 billion film. Well, not so much. And as the disappointment of Black Adam kind of washed over things and whatever, and then, of course, we found out with James Gunn and Peter Safran taking over DC, we found out that Black Adam was no longer going to be part of the DCU. The hierarchy of power in DC did not change as much as people thought and had been greatly exaggerated. Well, on the red carpet of the Oscars, Dwayne Johnson was asked about, his removal, Henry Cavill's removal, like that, because this whole big plan that Dwayne Johnson had, right, about it being taken away. And he said this, a couple of things that I think really do make sense and something we can talk about. Dwayne Johnson said the following: all that I could do and that we could do when we were making Black Adam was put our best foot forward, surround ourselves with the best people, and then also deliver the best movie that we could. Our audience score was in the 90s. Critics took a couple of shots. That's just the business of it, though. But I think it's almost like when you have a pro football team and your quarterback wins championships, the head coach wins championships, and then you have a new owner. And the new owner comes in and says, not my coach, not my quarterback. I'm going to go with somebody new. And actually, that's a very good sports analogy. That's an excellent, excellent sports analogy. So listen, on the one hand, I love what Dwayne's saying, because listen, we say this all the time. Everybody has a bad day at the office. It does not matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're even Steven Spielberg has had a bad day or two at the office, right? And I'm looking right at the terminal. Even Steven Spielberg has had bad days at the office. And, when Dwayne Johnson says, look, all we could do was do the best we could. Surround ourselves with the best people that we could, put out the best movie that you can. And he's 100% right. At the end of the day, that's all you can do. Make the best product you can, put it out there, and hope it connects with people. Now, he can reference the 90% audience rating, and that's great. But the reality is that same audience didn't come back to watch it multiple times. And that same audience didn't go and tell other people to go see it. Because if they did, this movie would have made more than 300 something-ish $million at the box office. But I also want to kind of maybe take issue with something in his sports analogy of, hey, you got a championship coach and a championship quarterback. He's probably talking about himself and Henry Cavill, I'm guessing. And then new owners come in, James Gunn, Peter Safran, and they say, well, it's not my coach and it's not my quarterback. We're going to go with something new. I love the analogy, except this wasn't a championship coach and championship quarterback situation. This is a team that didn't make the playoffs situation. It's not like you made a Black Adam movie and it made $1.2 billion at the box office and had resounding rabid audiences going back and dragging their families to go see it over and over again, like they did with Avatar, like they did with Top Gun Maverick. And it's not like that it had this huge success. To continue the sports analogy, it not only was a team that didn't make the playoffs, it was a team that finished in the bottom of its division. So it's not quite accurate. And, I think, Rob, we're going to be looking at this Black Adam situation probably for a few years, because I think there's a lot, because remember, you're talking about the hottest genre in movies, comic book genre, the hottest movie star in the world in Dwayne Johnson. And honestly, to me, not a bad film. At least, I know some people think it was quite bad. I didn't think it was a bad film. How it could make less than Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, or how much actually Taylor looks at, what made more, Black Adam or Morbius? I'm gonna hope that it's Black Adam.
Well, they had that really successful re-release of Morbius.
Yes, that just padded those box office numbers. But did you get those? Were you able to find that number?
I'm getting it right now.
Anyway, Rob, I mean, Dwayne Johnson, first of all, he's approaching it like he should. You know what? We did the best we could. And now I'm going to move on and make more hit movies. But he's also kind of looking at it, in my opinion, and he's my second favorite movie star in the world behind Ryan Reynolds. I love Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Love him. But he seems to be looking at it a little bit with some rose-colored glasses. I don't know. What did you make of his comments?
Well, look, I think that he had everything in place to make a great film. And they made the movie, again, that they set out to make. But I think that the premise and what the movie was about was flawed. It was old school. It was like 90s superhero fare. And they didn't take into consideration where the genre has gone. I mean, look, when you're looking at a Christopher Nolan Batman movie, this might seem strange to say, but Black Adam needed a little of that, a little grounding. It just seemed so, I don't know, basic. I think Dwayne Johnson needed to, it's like when Dwayne Johnson's in Skyscraper. Everyone knows Skyscraper's kind of ridiculous, a diehard ripoff, whatever, but Dwayne Johnson carries it. In this case, they needed a really great, innovative script that had a lot of things that people hadn't seen before. I mean, a good story that people hadn't seen before. And I think that's the problem, is that it just felt derivative. And when you went and saw it, you didn't come out of it going, I mean, it was like you, John, it was fun. Like, I enjoyed watching it, but I never need to see it again. You want to come out of a movie and go, man, like, I don't know, call it what you want, but you watch Infinity War and Endgame, the rewatchability factor of those movies is great.
It made me want to see a Justice Society movie, though.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, it did.
Yes,
it
did.
Yeah, I want to see more Dr.
Did.
Fate. I want to see more of that Hawkman. Hell, I didn't think I was going to like Atom Smasher and Whirly Whirly Wind Girl, but I want to see all of them. I liked all of them in the movie.
And that's the problem. Dwayne Johnson was not endearing, and he was badass, but not badass where I've got to see him again. Not like John Wick. You want to see more of John Wick?
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is John Wick cooler than Black Adam?
Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you make of Dwayne Johnson's comments? And honestly, I think we're going to be looking at and kind of dissecting and doing the autopsy on Black Adam for a long, long time. But Dwayne Johnson's got some perspective on it now. I love that he's just like, hey, you know what? We did the best we could. He's not making excuses. And he's just like, we're going to move on to the next film. But at the same time, I think he's looking at it with some rose-colored glasses. How do you guys feel about that? Where do you think the disconnect happened between the audience and Black Adam? Why didn't more people go to see it? Do you agree with Dwayne Johnson's perspective? Whatever you guys think, jump into the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Manscaped. Breaking news, Manscaped now sells beard products. That's right, they are once again revolutionizing men's grooming with the brand new Beard Hedger Pro Kit. Now you can finally use Manscaped products to make your drapes match your carpet by going to manscaped.com and using the code Campea for 20% off and free shipping. It all starts with the Beard Hedger. This thing is a juggernaut of fixing faces. First off, this cordless trimmer has a rotary wheel that gives you 20 hair cutting lengths, all with one guard. So no more messy drawers full of extra add-ons. You also get the beard shampoo and conditioner. Because guys, you gotta remember that all of your hair is different. Your beard hair is more coarse and easier to damage than the hair on your head. Next, the kit has Manscaped's beard oil. The oil relieves dryness both on the beard and the skin beneath. You then cap it off with the Beard Balm that shapes, styles, moisturizes, and tames for a sculpted look. The Pro Beard Kit also comes with 3 special gifts: a beard brush, comb, and scissors to ensure your beard is ready to impress. So get 20% off and free shipping with the code Campea at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code Campea. Manscaped Beard Hedger, 1 stroke, 1 guard, 20 lengths.